I'm Brittany Lewis with Forbes Breaking News. Top House GOP leaders held a press conference on Thursday. Minority Leader Kevin McCarthy slammed Democrats for not voting on a bill to increase security protections for Supreme Court justices and their families. McCarthy's remarks came one day after an armed man was arrested outside of the home of Supreme Court Justice Brett Kavanaugh. The man reportedly told police he was there with the intention to assassinate the Supreme Court justice. McCarthy called out House Speaker Nancy Pelosi directly for her response to the incident. Pelosi said, quote, "Nobody's in danger over the weekend." Listen in for his full remarks.
I want to first apologize for being a few minutes late. I was on the floor asking me for unanimous consent to move the Supreme Court security bill that was passed by the Senate by 100 votes, and it was denied. I know the Speaker just had a press conference in here. I'm told she said nobody is of threat over the weekend. I don't know how she can say that, knowing that you just captured a person who wanted to kill Kavanaugh and his family. So was he not in any threat yesterday? Was he not in any threat after Schumer made his threats on the Supreme Court? Or Jen Psaki said it was the president's position to go to those homes? I have no idea why the Democrats have held that bill for 1 month. I have no idea. I think they might be playing politics. And speaking of that, Speaker Pelosi's Select Committee on January 6th is unlike any other committee in American history. In fact, it is the most political and least legitimate committee in American history. It has used congressional subpoenas to attack Republicans, violate due process, and infringe on the political speech of private citizens. It has actually been caught altering evidence, including the text messages of our ranking member, Jim Jordan. It has permanently damaged the House and divided this country. And let's be honest, it is a smokescreen for Democrats to push their radical agenda. You read it in just in Axios just this week. The battles internally, because what do they want to do? They want to federalize the elections, and they're talking about their real outcome of what they want to achieve, abolish the Electoral College. All the while that the Democrats are ignoring really what is affecting the American people. The highest inflation in more than 40 years. Record high gas prices. Doubled since President Biden has taken office. Lack of baby formula. Unsecure border. Fentanyl coming across. Now the #1 killer of Americans between the ages of 18 and 45. Now let's be very clear. The violence at the Capitol that day was wrong, and we have repeatedly denounced it. But keeping the Capitol safe is not the point of Pelosi's illegitimate Select Committee. From the beginning, the Select Committee refused to investigate the real circumstances that led to the riot, including the lack of security around the Capitol. They also ignored the left-wing mob violence, which led to riots and loss of life across the country that summer. When House Republicans proposed investigating these facts, as you'll remember, on January 12th, we put it to the floor and every single Democrat voted no. When I sent Pelosi a letter after they voted no, she did not respond for 3 months. Then she jumped to create a Select Committee. Not only that, she rejected the minority's picks to be on the committee. That's going against 232 years of a tradition in this House. You reject the minority to have a say in the committee. Who did she reject? Congressman Jim Banks, a distinguished Afghanistan veteran, She rejected Congressman Jim Jordan. He's the ranking and maybe soon to be chair of Judiciary Committee. Now, why she rejected these qualified Republicans, she appointed radical Democrats. You ever spend any time to see who's on it? She appointed Chairman Thompson, who, to be clear, objected to the presidential electors in 2005. She appointed Congressman Raskin, who also objected to the presidential electors in 2017. But let's not forget what else he said. He called for President Trump's impeachment, not during his term in office, but between him when he was elected and being sworn in. And then she appointed Congressman Schiff. Just saying that name should be enough. But we watched what Schiff has done to our country. The years of lying about the Russian hoax. The changing of evidence we found as he went, and the denying of the Hunter Biden laptop. You know, our future rests on the ability of Americans to trust our political system, to have safer streets, to have affordable food and gas, and to have confidence that their elected officials are listening to real concerns. Now, Democrats are using January 6th to avoid accountability for making the whole nation less safe and less prosperous. You know it, you feel it, you see it every single day. Every single day the food prices go up, and along with the gas. Not sure if we caught another individual coming across the border illegal that's on the terrorist watch list. Not sure if there's anybody else that wants to come across the border illegal to try to assassinate former President Bush. Not sure if the plane from Australia bringing goat milk to try to feed the children of America. That's the America we have today. I don't see any primetime hearings set for gas price, for battling inflation, for feeding our children, for making the streets safer. You know, even in the hometown of the Speaker, this Tuesday, they recalled their DA based upon the Democratic policies of not upholding safe streets. And don't think it was Republicans rallied together, because you know how many Republicans are registered in San Francisco? 6.7%. But lo and behold, I'm not sure if they're using taxpayer money to hire a former ABC executive who took his time to withhold information about Epstein, or if they're doing it for their ice cream. But I do know the American public will not be fooled. And I do know the Republicans will not be deterred, that we will continue to focus on the parts that America wants us to make America energy independent, to make our streets safe and our schools again, to secure our border, to know that America and the next century will be ours. With that, even though Speaker Pelosi has rejected Republicans' ability to participate, we said we'd get to the bottom of this. We said we would not brush it under the rug, and we have not. We continue to investigate. Leading that, which would be our ranking member on this committee, is Chairman Jim Banks, who is a veteran to Afghanistan, serves as the chair of our largest conference inside the Republican conference, and has continued to work on to make sure that this building will be safe, and in the future this will never happen again. I give you Jim back.